It takes us a little over 10 minutes to walk from a port area to an area by the beach. Sol points us toward the direction of a dark alleyway. Just over there. Be careful, it's pretty dark. It's in that back alley? The restaurant looks nothing more than a small concrete building. An old, dilapidated, abandoned one at that. Just go on in, you won't be eating inside here anyway. It's just the entrance. Pass through, and you get to the beach on the other side. We do as he says and step inside the shop. Welcome! Upon entering the shop, the first thing you see is a large mana signature. It's the other end of a Comcraft line. It's set up so that releasing allows information about the shop and its menu to flow into one's mind. Well, nothing out of the ordinary. Really, that's normal? Okay. I release it. What the? It seems that this establishment specializes in fisherman's stew, which the customers cook themselves. Rather than paying for individual dishes, customers pay a flat fee, and they can eat as much as they want. I can't wait! Huh? Can we go straight in? Oh, that's right. Alright, you can't use Comcraft, can you, Rune? Sorry about that. Wait, what? Were you so using it just now? What's happening? What's going on? Yes, you see that mana signature over there? If you release it, information on the shop and its food flows into your mind. Eh? So does that mean if you can't use Minecraft, you can't order any food? In this restaurant, you just place the seafood in one of the stew pots set by the beach. Simple enough. Wow, that sounds really fun! Yes, doesn't it? Between Kadia's Tavern and this seaside stew restaurant, people sure prefer their meals lively. Come on, let's go. The chef's just giving us the go-ahead. I was totally expecting us to get mugged. So it's a bit anticlimactic. But I'm sure that's what they intended you to think. And something about the good in people's hearts and yada 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 whatever. Visual novels. Woo! Amazing! Cauldrons by the beach. Exactly as I said it would be. Countless cauldrons were scattered all over the beach. Customers would gather around the pork pots, cook the seafood inside, and eat at their own leisure. The sand is glowing? Are we going to eat just like this? Looks like it. Over there by the shore is full of fish cages. The fish that the fishermen just caught are kept fresh and live with aquacraft. They'll take care of butchering the fish too. What should we get first? I have no idea where to start. Don, are you familiar with seafood? No, not really. I see. Perhaps you don't like seafood? Wouldn't say that, but I don't particularly enjoy it either. Organized is landlocked, so there aren't many chances for me to eat it. I love it! I love all kinds of seafood! Safina, is there anything you don't like? You've never been a picky eater, have you? That's because my father would scold me whenever I got choosy with my food. He said that food is reflective of the way of life for different regions, so it's also related to politics. Yes, you particularly like eating the traditional sliced raw fish of Vastruglarafts. Vastoral cats. Can you have a normal sounding name? That's it, yeah, I love it. Eating fish raw, like completely uncooked? Completely raw, as is. I just can't stomach that stuff. It's not completely raw. They're coated in vinegar, spices, and oil first. It requires a special knife skill to prepare it too. It's sushi. Yes, we get it. Hey, everyone. I'm going to get some fish now. Could someone help me carry it all? Need help? I'll be glad to go with you then. Are you sure? What about communication? It'll be fine. It's just over there anyway. I can make some gestures and it'll work out somehow. Retona, you look really tired. So just rest. Okay. Are you sure you'll be okay, Rune? Don't worry, it won't take long, so just rest up for now. Now that's it, let's go, Sol! Sol leads Rune to the fish cages. Yay, dinner time, dinner time. Just wait there, Retona. I'll get all the utensils set up. No, I can't make you do all the work. Yes, you can. That's an order. Retona, you've been keeping an eye out for us all day. Your exhaustion is clear as day. Hey, you want to put Day at the end of any more sentences? You can at least take it easy during meal, right, Day? Sophine's gaze is downcast. Understood. Uh-oh. Her tone of voice may be cheerful, but her eyes clearly show her concern. Best for me to do as she says. I'll take you up on that then. Good! You sure have gotten a lot more knowledgeable about cooking, Sophine. Hee, Misha taught me a whole lot of things. Did he now? When did that happen? I didn't know that he was knowledgeable about Vashalakrat's cuisine. Oh, right. You didn't know, did you, Tona? Millie told me that she was seriously concerned having Misha succeed her as a head chef. Eh? Really? Millie Plant, the head chef of Castle Rugenzeit's Grand Kitchen. A great chef representing Rugenzeit's cuisine, and one of those responsible for elevating the culinary practice to the level of art. And that's why she's going to cram everything about the cuisines of all the nations of the Alliance into Misha, she said. Whoa. Being Millie's apprentice sounds really tough. It sure is. She made Misha do some pretty crazy things the moment he stepped into the Grand Kitchen. She handed him some salt and pepper and threw him out into the mountains. Come back once you made a dish befitting of King Valar, she told him. Sounded like the actual purpose of the test was to experience the natural bounties of Rugazans firsthand. He didn't come back for about a month. When he finally returned, I couldn't even recognize him. Well, it's not like she makes everyone go through that test. It's only for those who had an aptitude for cooking, Millie said. And in fact, Misha passed on his very first attempt. I'm surprised he followed through on her instructions with that delinquent streak of his. The old Misha will just turn tail and run. Yeah, maybe. But Misha's really come a long way. He looks perfectly comfortable in the kitchen, and he's really matured. Is that so? His cooking is definitely good, but something seems to be missing. No way. Maybe we're just confusing his own style of cooking with sloppiness. I mean, it was only recently that he learned the proper culinary techniques. That makes sense. And I've never even considered it from that point of view. I must have jumped to conclusions. We've known each other since our time in the clocks, so I might have been prejudiced. I wonder how things are going for them now. Well, no use thinking about it. Let's just concentrate on trying the food out for now. Yeah, trying out the food. Wow, Tone, this broth is really, really good! I had been drawn to the contents already in the pot, so Sophine gladly took a sip. Is that some kind of soup? It's stock, the base for all sorts of soups. Sophine, that's bottom manners. A princess like you should know better than to drink soup straight from out of the pot. Want to taste it? Please ladle some of it into your bowl. It smells wonderful. Wonder what stock this is. What is it? I'm completely paraphrasing what she said. She's not even listening, is she? No, I'm barely listening. It smells familiar. Didn't we have soup like this before? That's something to do with fermented soybeans. What country was that from again? Just imagine when the fish gets here. Drool. Sophine gazes into the distance, smiling, lost in her own happy thoughts. She sure has a gluttonous streak. Sally, Ratona! Oh. Rune calls out to us as she hurries back. Look at all this fish! It looks like they had one of their biggest catches in quite some time. What? They have more than they know what to do with, so they told us to eat up. The huge net Rune was carrying was filled to bursting with all sorts of seafood. Wow! There's so much! Can we even finish all this? They gave us a whole lot of rice wine to cook fish with, too. Let's get to cooking! Dinner time! Yay! Hey, why don't you three go ahead and start eating? Hey, so, aren't you going to eat? I will. I'll be right back, so just start without me. So... Huh? Is Sol going somewhere? I think so. He said he'd be right back. He'd be back right away, though. Suspicious. Delicious. This is way too good! Yes, it really calms it down. Thankfully, the flavors aren't too strong. Actually, the flavors are much mellower than I expected. I could eat this even on an upset stomach. It's nice and warm! Rune, do you even need to eat? You never really covered that, I guess. I've never had a feast like this before. This just reminded me of something I've always wanted to ask. Rune, I've been wondering. Yes? Swallow your food before talking. Oh, sorry about that. Oh. Phew. Sorry I see that. Anyway, what is that? You're eating right now, yes? Huh? Yes, I suppose I am. Well, I'm not sure how I should put this, I'll be blunt. Why do you even eat? What? Ah, I get what you mean. Biologically speaking, your body isn't alive, is it? So then, why would you need to eat? Ah, I see. You're right, my body technically wouldn't be considered alive. Still, I need some form of fuel, like living beings. That's why I eat. The food I take in is converted to mana by my body. What? Your body can do that? Wait. But that doesn't make sense. That means you can convert matter like food into mana, right? Yeah. Yes, that's right. If that's possible, then how is it that the outer pole is still lacking in mana? Rather than harvest from dangerous places like mines at the border of the inner pole, you could just generate your own. Actually, Zavitz is doing that, but only on a small scale. Rotana, do you still remember what we talked about in the sandwich shop the other day? Ah, that's right. The problem is storage. Exactly. In the outer pole, mana needs to be processed by machines before it can be used, so it has to be stored in sediments. And not only that, but committing the mana is also highly inefficient. The entire process takes far too much effort. And if we don't store it right, then it's just a huge waste of resources and effort. So you need to use the converted mana as fast as possible. There's also a limit to the amount of energy you can safely supply to the towns and such. I get it, so it's not just a problem of generating that mana. What a conundrum. That's right. That's pretty much the reason I can't really store any energy. That's why I have to eat. Otherwise I'll stop moving. Stop moving? Do you mean you'll die? If no one else is able to reawaken me, then I suppose that would be considered death for me. Ah, don't worry. I go maybe 3 or 4 days without food before I start to deactivate. But I guess that also depends on how hard I push myself. How exactly do we reawaken you? We'd like to know just in case something happens. Truth is, I don't really know myself. Because anytime someone has reawakened me, I'd sort of be unconscious, so whatever. You don't know, that's absurd. I don't understand why I wasn't given full access privileges over all my bodily functions. There's barely any information on how I was built or how I function, including my knowledge base either. What was Sid thinking? It would be much better for you to be able to fully manipulate your inner workings in the case that something went wrong. Really? Eh? I have to disagree with you on that, Rotona. What makes you say that? We, as humans, can't just consciously stop our hearts or turn off our sense of touch when we experience pain, right? Well, no, we can't, but as beings that feel emotion, I think it's normal for us to run away from suffering. We might end up hurting ourselves without realizing it. Most importantly, we shouldn't be able to consciously alter our bodily functions. That's best left to our own gumption. I think that's best for us to remain as human beings. But wouldn't that train of thought only apply to humans? To put it another way, there's a limitation that we humans must endure, right? Maybe others would view it as not a limitation, but something else. The way I see it, being able to sever emotions and pain as a situation sees fit isn't what I would call human. If Sid and Aline had wished for Rune to live as a normal human, then placing that limitation on her would only be natural. Sally! I see your point. Sophie truly has put a lot of thought into this. Wait a moment. Rune, does that mean you can't get drunk? I guess so. I guess I just enjoy the mood. Alcohol does provide quite a lot of energy for me too. Are you equipped with a sense of taste? Actually, I'm not. I can't tell whether something tastes good or not. Oh, but I am able to determine whether or not something has high nutritional value. Is that so? No, don't make that face. I'm totally fine. Well, I didn't mean to. Let's just enjoy the rest of our dinner. Let's! Rune, try this one too. It tastes fantastic. It's jam-packed with nutrients. That's right. No need to think about this too deeply. We should just enjoy our dinner together. My body is flushed. Ugh, my head. So dizzy. Hey, sorry I just ran off like that. Soul? So, where'd you go? You haven't eaten yet, right? There's still lots to go around. Actually, I already had a quick bite. Something urgent came up. He ate somewhere else before coming back. What for? Why won't he join us for dinner? Is it because I've been treating him coldly? Soul, aren't you going to eat? He said he already ate. Eh, really? I was looking forward to eating together too. I'm really sorry, but it was an emergency. Well, that's fine. We're not forcing you to eat with us. If you ever have to leave, then feel free to do so anytime you need to. Yeah. Tona, you're being mean again. Anyway, we should probably get going. It's already pretty late. Now that the drugs set in. Well, no, I mean, if there are drugs, I feel as though Rune would recognize that. Following Soul's lead, it takes us about 15 minutes to get from the restaurant to the coast. Ratona! Rune! Look! What is that? Selphine stops in her tracks. What is it? Turn my gaze to where Selphine is looking. Huh? Soul? Just what in the world is that? Something far below the surface of the ocean was emitting a faint glow. At first glance, it looks like a school of jellyfish emanating light. I can't see all the way down because of the waves. What could it be? That's Neosasuri. All the rich and powerful people live there. They live there. Do you mean to say there's a city submerged under the sea? Eh? You just say city? The lights are from a city? Wait just a minute here. There's a city under the sea and people are living there. Preposterous. How could they be living there? This isn't a fairy tale. I mean, we just have a golem here and I use magic. What do you think this is? Not a fairy tale, that's for sure. They're protected by a huge dome of glass. Remember you asked me about the safest place to stay? And I said it'd be costly? Well, that's what it is. In Neosasuri. So, it's safer being underwater? This must be a joke. This must be. Wait, where are we going? Are we heading there now? It looks like it. That's where the inn is, too. Seriously? I couldn't criticize her for reacting that way. So, do you also live there under the water? No. I live up here on land. For a moment, Soul's expression seemed to cloud up. Was it just my imagination? Just my imagination. You need to have a whole lot of money if you want to live in there. That's why people from Fitzcaton can't. So just about everyone from here lives on the surface. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why should the affluent ones be the ones who have to go to the trouble of living underwater? Common sense dictates that would be the other way around. How do I explain this? I got it. Could you all follow me to that pier? I'll show you something real cool. We follow Soul again and arrive at the pier. Waves gently splashing about. Ratona, look below us! Underneath the water! Eh? What? What is this? As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I can clearly make out whatever is in the depths of the ocean. This is a town, isn't it? No way. No doubt about it. This was the ruins of what once was a city, and judging by the condition of the building, they're fairly recent. They appear to be no more than 20 years old. All of this used to be above the sea. There's a special mana stream that flows through this area, and the people who used to live here lived really long lives. A mana stream that lets you live longer. Ratona, could that be the Vita stream? Yes, the Vita stream. It's a type of mana stream, one of many kinds that have been passed down in Rugen's stories. Apparently the flow of time in that stream passes much more slowly than outside of it. I've always thought it was just a myth, but it actually exists. This whole area completely flooded. Just like that. and the flow of the Vita stream ended up shifting towards the sea. Still, the citizens made it so they could live under the water, so they can live long and healthy lives. That's why necessity is there, right in the middle of the Vita stream. That was how Visconti was able to expand a whole lot, because Sardis invested in reforms and developed the country. Sardis, do you mean the country next to Visconti? Yep. You can meet some Sardisians, since just about everyone living in Neo-Sassery is one. Gee, I wonder what's like living under the sea. So, what are you talking about, Soul? Because I still don't understand this language. This sunken city used to be above the water, and a special mana stream called the Vita Stream passed through it. Those who reside in the Vita Stream live long lives and rarely get sick. But then as time passed, the Vita Stream slowly changed course. And the wealthy constructed a town to live down there so they can make use of the Vita Stream's health benefits. Ah, I've heard of that mana stream. My father conducted research on it way back when he was building his hospital. He was looking at ways to slow the progression of illnesses. I remember hearing about how the Vita Stream slowed aging. I've only ever heard about it in stories, so I guess it's true, huh? Just how do we get in there, though? Actually, how do people live there? Don't tell me they swim back and forth from the city. Apparently, they're protected by some sort of glass barrier. In any case, seeing it for ourselves would be much faster than listening to an explanation. We walked another 10 minutes from where we were. What the? Connected to the pier was a large, transparent tube that led straight into the sea. This is the entrance pier. So this is how we get in. Incredible! The entire tunnel is crystal clear, you can see right through it! You know the people are going in and out of the tunnel, the fish keep approaching it. Perhaps they are attracted to the lights? We need to buy an entry permit from that booth over there. The one with money. You don't trust me, right? No. Did he just say the one with the money? Could you come with me to buy the permits? Right, that was the deal. It's got me there. Good evening, sir, madam. Oh my, what a cute little customer we have here. Good evening to you, too. I'm guiding them around town. We'd like 4 permits, please. Guiding them around at this time of day? Well, in a sense. I see, very well. May I know your nationality? Excuse me? May I know what country you are from? For some question catches me off guard. My mind totally blanks out. Well, damn. Saying we're from Rogazine is out of the question. We're from... I should have thought of something before coming here! These girls are from Ceres, just from around here. Ceres, you say? The vendor looks at us with some suspicion. May I ask which part of Ceres? Barbokovi. They're coming in as prospectors. I'm the son of a guide. I was instructed to take them to their lodgings here. Oh my. Prospectors from Barbokovi. You don't say. Thank you for coming here. It must have been a long journey. I'll get the entry permits ready at once. Please give me a moment. That was amazing, Soul! So, just what was that all about? Shh, she's coming back. What's going on? Still can't speak the language! Here's the total cost. I paired the sum without question. Wait, now that I think about it, wasn't that a lot of money I just paid? Okay, here are your permits. Please present them to the guards inside when asked. We cannot reissue any lost permits, so please take care not to lose them. These permits have validity period of 7 days. If you need an extension, please come back to this booth. Some contracts for prospectors may come with provisions for waiving extension fee. If you have any questions, please return to this booth and we will gladly assist you. I have also arranged for your guide to have a 1-use entry permit. This permit has an effective period of 24 hours, so this may only be used until this time tomorrow. Welcome to Neo-Sassery. I sincerely hope you enjoy your stay. Yes. The vendor's overly polite tone makes my hair stand on end. The show is strict here. Have a wonderful evening. Look dignified. Just follow me and don't say anything. It's best I do what he says. Ba-dump, 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 ba-dump. What the heck's going on? No one's translating anything for me. May I see your permits, please? Here. Show your permits to him. We do as instructed and show our permits to the guard. 3 of you are quite young to be prospecting. Okay, everything checks out. Enjoy your stay. Come on, let's go. Sol, an explanation will be highly appreciated right now. What were you talking about there? What do you mean, prospector? Sorry about that. I just had to lie a little to make things a lot easier for us. A prospector is someone who's looking to live inside Neo Sasori. When you're buying an entry permit, if you tell them you're a prospector, they'll treat you like royalty. First the exorbitant entrance fee, and now this kind of treatment. Is there some kind of huge class divide going on here? Got a bad feeling about this. Why are there guards at the entrance? They look like military police to me. That means they're here to protect the city from whatever's outside, right? So, this doesn't add up. Didn't you say this place was safe? If it was, then why are the guards stationed here? They've been around ever since I was born. Well, don't worry about it. As long as you have entry permit, no one's going to question you. Is that so? Hey, Return! Rune! This hotel's glowing, right? Safine asked us while touching the walls of the passage, which appears to be made of glass. Now you mention it, you can see fish swimming all around us! And it's not just the passage. The walls all around Neo Sasori are imbued with special mana and emit a fake glow. It's specially built to replenish and warm the air inside, and also absorb a lot of the sun's rays. That's why living inside Neo Sasori is a whole lot more comfortable than it is living outside. Amazing! I wonder just how many mana crafters did they need to make that special wall? No, I'm sure they're still needed even now. If the glass itself has functions like temperature regulations, then they're still needed. Several hundred of them, in fact, to constantly make daily adjustments. That's a whole lot of effort. Maintaining an underwater stage environment would definitely take a lot of manpower, huh? Zevins employs several hundred workers just to maintain the power grid. By the way, Sol, our current story is that we're Saracens, right? Yep, that's right. You're Saracens from the village of Barbakove. They've only just recently become a part of Ceres. Ceres still isn't familiar with the culture and traditions of the village, so they probably won't poke around too much. The city doesn't take too kindly to outsiders, so just keep that in mind. Still, you should be able to blend in without too much suspicion, even with those outfits of yours. What? How could you have come up with such an elaborate, well-thought-out lie in an instant? No, he's used to this. He's gone through this countless times. Now that I think about it, he hasn't even once pried about our backgrounds. Is this the sign of experienced city guide? Either way, this is no ordinary child. Let's go! Once we make it through here, we'll be inside Neo Sasori.